Now, are we all singing from the same hymn sheet? Got your ducks in a row? Because it's time for some joined-up thinking. Yes, it seems companies are all lapsing into business speak, and it's driving the staff mad. So is it time to think outside the box? On Jargon, Sky's Joe Hills cascades this report.
The point is, you talk the talk, you do not walk the walk. Vis-a-vis, you have not yet passed your forklift driver's test.
When it comes to management speak, no one is as fluent as David Brent from the BBC sitcom The Office. But how widespread is it in the real world? We went to Slough, David Brent country, and tracked down the managing director of a stationery firm.
We're just going to have a quick chat before the final push for the worker promotion between now and Christmas.
Chris Reynolds feels management speak is often designed to intimidate or confuse. He doesn't like it, but says it is becoming more prevalent.
Have you ever used the phrase ballpark figure?
Yes.
Think outside the box?
No.
Blue sky thinking?
Definitely not.
Pushing the envelope?
No. But I've heard other people saying it.
We've got to step up to the plate.
I'm sorry, Alistair, I just don't have any bandwidth on this one.
According to a poll conducted by Investors in People, more than half of UK employees said management speak is a problem in the workplace. They complained that far from being a useful form of shorthand, the language used was often simply bewildering. For example,
let's get our ducks in a row
really means let's get organised, and
let's brainstorm
is a manager's way of saying let's pick a scapegoat.
I think as long as there are businessmen and women and they've got time on their hands, then the language will grow and flourish, and people will still be saying things like, can I stir fry an idea in your think walk, and you know, that sort of stuff. It's nonsense.
A word of warning: if you think your boss is talking nonsense, best not say so. Perhaps just nod and pretend you understand. Needless to say, there's a word for this sort of thing. It's called bobbleheading. Joel Hills, Sky News.
Well, with us our management and brand forensics expert. That's a fancy name. What does that mean, Jonathan? Jonathan Gabay, anyway.
Good to see you again. Yeah, this office stuff, hey, this office jargon.
Yes.
You know what? The thing about this one is that the reason that people do it is because it's a bit like a tribe. And you want to look good to your other peers. That's what it's about. And so you're speaking the lingo as such. Otherwise, if you weren't speaking the lingo, they would be dealing with the elephant.
Ah, the elephant in the room.
The elephant. You're mad. You already know this stuff. You see, it's the elephant in the room. But you see, what I want to do really is I want to pass the monkey. Because passing the monkey, if I'm going to pass you the monkey, now you are responsible for that monkey. The monkey being the problem. Or the issue. In this case, the issue is about the lingo and stuff like that.
But why can't we just say it like it is? Why can't we just say the words that actually mean what they say? Why are we dressing it up?
Because, as I said, it's all about looking good in front of your peers. But the thing is, if you look too good, then you're being too clever. You're being over the top. Or should I really say OTT?
You should.
Because that's the other thing, you see, you have the acronyms as well. In fact, you know ASAP, which is as soon as possible, but we don't say that anymore. That's like, so yesterday.
Yeah.
Now we say, could you ASAP this, please?
Oh.
You do management training, don't you, motivational speaking and everything. What are the worst cases that you've come across, or have you already done them for us?
Well, I've got a couple here, and one which I actually had today, 3 hours ago, from an American company. And they were very, very serious about this. And what they say is, I am, and then the name of their company, how can I make a difference? But they have to say that, each person in the meeting, throughout the meeting. So, I am Acme. How can I make a difference to this problem? What do you think of that one?
Sounds like Alcoholics Anonymous, isn't it?
It is a bit like that. Another one that they say is, look, I'm going to parachute in on this one. So, and the question is, if we're going to parachute in, then you've got to ask yourself, is how big is the parachute? Because if it's a really... absolutely. Because if it's a really big problem, you need a really big parachute.
I'm just going to free fall in on this one, if you don't mind, Jonathan.
I love it.
And the one that really gets me at the moment, and everybody says it, is going forward. They don't say tomorrow, in the future. They have to say going forward. I find it the most incredibly irritating thing, don't you?
Absolutely. People say these things. As I said, they say it because someone else has said it. Look, I'll tell you something. For 5 years, I worked on another American, this is a coincidence, but it's American computer companies, right? And I was told that in every brochure, in every advert that they wrote, they had to write down future-proof. Our products are future-proofed. Years later, and everyone said it, you're future-proof, I'm future-proof, he's future-proof, we're all future-proof. Years later, I was looking up the word future-proof. Do you know what future-proof means? It means it won't work tomorrow.
No,
And yet, you see, exactly, so the thing
The
is that...
millennium bug.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they all say it. Why? Because you're saying it, and you're saying because he's saying it.
If we all know the jargon, then it's fine, isn't it? Are there circumstances in which jargon works?
Yeah, I think so, from the point of view of a shortcut sort of idea. I mean, there's another way of looking at jargon, and that is I do a lot of work with governments. And in governments, what they do is that they go out their way in meetings not to say things that would offend people. So, the most famous one is brainstorm. No one has a brainstorm. Instead, you now have a thought shower. Now, you have a thought shower, but that means the individual people who are having the thought shower, and you will be on this one.
I'm a bit worried about the thought shower.
The individual people who have a thought shower, they're not people, they're clouds. So your cloud, what's your cloud's view on this one? Another one is that people are no longer alive in local government. Well, I'm not going to say people aren't alive in local government. That's a completely different story.
It's not
But they don't want to say people are alive or people have deceased. So now they say metabolically abled or metabolically different.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, rather affirmative.
So there are definitely some things that you also can't say at the moment. I
Absolutely.
mean, you know, there are some that are sort of shut down phrases, if you like.
Absolutely. I was in a company about 3 weeks ago, and they said, look, they said something in the meeting, Jonathan, and I really would prefer you not to use that word again. And I said, well, what is it? They said, you said the G word, and I said, what is that? They said grey. Yes, please. No, please. You're going out live on air. Please don't say the G word. Don't ask me why you can't say it, but that's the whole point. If the tribe says you can't say it, you can't say it.
The whole thing about this is it's grey. It's getting away from black and white. Everything's grey, isn't it? Everything.
Well, I wouldn't say that word. I didn't say it.
This fantastic euphemisms. I'm just.
Yeah. Where does the fault lie? Does it lie in management training? A lot of people think it's been imported from the business schools in the States, or where's the origination of this?
Shortcut thinking. That's what it's about.
Here's one for you. Mick Oxtoby's just emailed in from Portsmouth, obviously an old salt, I would say, an old Navy lady. He says, try Jack speak. It's Royal Navy parlance, means totally confusing outsiders.
Which might be the intention, of course.
Exactly, that is probably... Look, the thing is, look good in front of your peers. That's what it's about.
So when the peers are your staff, and this report said it increases the divide between workers and management, that people feel like, you know, staff are hiding things, or that managers are being untrustworthy, do the managers care about that impact, do you think?
Yeah, I think that it's also about looking over your shoulder, and not saying the wrong thing. Or not being seen to say the wrong thing, but at the same time being seen to say the right thing to the right person under the right circumstances.
So it's not just management speak. I mean, you're finding it's filtering down because everybody below the managers all wants to be seen to be doing the right thing and sounding like they've got their ducks in a row.
Exactly. They want to get their ducks in a row. They want to make sure that their flag is flying up that flagpole. Because if it's not, and then I'm afraid it's all hands to the deck. And if it's all hands to the deck, what can I say?
We are just providing a translation service right now, aren't we? At least everyone understands it. How do you stop it, though?
I like to think we're cutting through it on Skype. You never know. We might fall into the same traps.
Yeah.
There you are. There you are. I mean, we all do it. In your own industry, you do it. Everybody does it. They do it from a young age to adults. They do the same sort of idea. They speak the lingo.
Speaking the lingo very well, Jonathan Gabay. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. Fascinating stuff. Thank you.